Can you see? Does it look like it's...
Well, it's now. Well, let's see when the lights go on. To get joke cups.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Duplex. My name is Thomas Hennick. I run this room, and we need just a little bit more information from you before we start this show. So, gentlemen, I need a middle name.
Seymour.
Seymour. Ladies, I need the street you grew up on. Sunset. And I need a city from anywhere in the United States.
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are just about to begin. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Duplex, New York's most historic cabaret. For the consideration of the performers and those around you, we'll ask you to turn off all cell phones and electronic devices at this time. We'd like to remind you that taking flash photographs during the show is prohibited. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you have all been waiting for, all the way from the prize city of Pittsburgh, please welcome to the stage, Seymour Sunset.
Thank you all so much for being here. I just rolled in. I'm so sorry to keep you waiting. How's everybody doing tonight? You good? How you doing, man? This is Bill on the piano over here. And I got Sean back here on the drums. We're going to get to I got a lot of songs to sing tonight. It's cold. It's warm in here. I'm going to pick out a song. We're going to have a great time. You know what we should open with? We should open with our favorite song, the one from our first album, the big cut that everybody loves so much. It's a song called Religion is Like a Penis. It's great to have one, but better left at home. That's what it's called, everybody. That's the name of the song. We're gonna start with that, everybody. Okay, I might have to remind myself a little bit about it again. It goes a little something like this. I know you love God just as much as I do, but I know that you and I have this in common. That's why I know that it's better not to be alone. But just like religion, if you got a penis, you better leave that thing home. I hear that's what they say. I've been to church and I have read the Bible, and I won't say anything bad because that may be libel, but that I know, just like Jesus, please phone home. If you got a dick, you best leave that penis thing at home. You know what I'm saying, right? Come on! Oh my goodness, I am indeed Seymour Sunset from Pittsburgh, PA. Anybody here from Pittsburgh? Who knows Pittsburgh? Oh yeah, there's a Pittsburgh crowd. My homies, Yins guys are here, and I couldn't be happier for it. This is really fun. Have a great time tonight. We're going to sing a bunch of songs, and we're going to have maybe some you know, maybe some you don't. We're going to have a little festive party. There's a tree. We got gifts, and all I ask you is just, if you're a dude in the audience with everything going on today, just leave. I'm just going to tell you right now, this is the most important thing you can remember to do. I know you know me, just like Mr. Al Franken. If you listen to me, it's me that you will soon be thinking. Just know that as far as you may roam, if you got a hanger there, you best do one thing, leave that thing at, tuck it down or leave that thing at, no, it's better to leave that penis at home. Leave it home. Wow, what a start. How's everybody doing tonight? Having a good time? All right. Oh my goodness. I gotta tell you folks, I'm so happy to be here, and I'm really glad, to be honest, that you found the place I know most of you know this. Whenever I come to this great city, we usually play up at that garden, the Madison Square thing up there. You know, big crowd. And I was talking to my booking agent, and I said no. Not this time. This is a holiday show. I want everybody to just kind of like make it a small place, really thin. Don't pack it, you know, and do it on a night when it's going to be like really shitty weather and like all these assholes dressed up in Santa suits. That's what I want. And I got it, and I'm so excited about that. I'm so glad you made it here. And, you know, I'm going to tell you a little bit about me and my relationship to the holidays, you know, a little story of Seymour Sunset. The name of the show is actually not just Seymour Sunset. It was supposed to be on the marquee downstairs. I don't know if you know this, but it's called Seymour Sunset, Don't Lean on the Door. And, you know, because, you know, that just, you know, you don't lean on the door, you bust your way in. And that's my philosophy on life. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. You're going to get a little knowledge about my life for the next, what do you say, like 3.5 hours? We're going to sing a bunch of songs that made me the man you see before you today. So I'm really excited. I do know this, that, you know, my name is always interesting to people. Can I get a little underscoring here there, Phil? What's in a name? We'll start with that. Seymour Sunset. Well, you know, when I was a kid, my name was actually not Seymour. It was Ralph. It was Ralph Sunset. How did I get the nickname Seymour? Well, I used to go out every afternoon and stand there and let the sun bask on my face until it started to set. And they said, you know, that kid, he likes to see more sunsets than anybody I know. And the name stuck. And you know those Pittsburgh sunsets? Shining through the bridges on our way down past the stadiums and the rivers. And that's what I was known for. But I do remember this back in Pittsburgh. This holiday season always reminded me of one thing. And that thing was a rat tail. For those of you growing up in Pittsburgh in the 80s, you know what a rat tail is. It's that little string of hair. And it goes down. Like everything else is short except that one little strand, maybe a braid going down, tied up in a bow. A Christmas bow. And here's a little song about rat tails. There are times when you need a haircut and you don't know what to get. There are times when the barber without fail sits you down in the barber chair and grabs himself some shears and cuts the whole thing off except a tail. You know, when I was 7 years old, I remember we didn't go to the barber shop when I was 7. My grandmother cut my hair. And I always wanted a really cool haircut. She was always very conservative. She cut it military style, just a block like that, you know what I'm saying? Couldn't get her to do anything different. Till one day, I said, Grandma, I really want to fit in with all the kids. I just want that rat tail. And even though it was against her will, she gave me that rat tail. She tied it up in a Christmas bow. And then she said, there, you happy, you little shit? Now get the hell out of my kitchen. I always remember that time. So remember when you're looking good and you want no fail, just remember, get your hair in a rat tail. Thank you, Grandma. Thank you so much. Yes, I remember growing up in in good old Pittsburgh, PA, you know. And the holidays were upon us. Your holidays, you enjoy your holidays, right? You enjoy the festive tree and the presents and things like that. Sean, you too, all the time. Well, I hated it. I actually really despised the holidays because I always had to go to church and sing in the choir. And I was not a choir singer. I was a soloist, and I knew it. But there was one year that I remember that I was a kid, and I remember there was a girl in choir. That was the only year that I really liked going. I know you know what I mean. And I remember when I saw this girl, Yancey Patowski, her name was Yancey Patowski. Yeah, it's a guy's name, but you know Pittsburgh, you know how they are. And I looked at Yancey and I thought to myself, the first thing that came to my mind, I remember thinking to myself, superfluous. I remember thinking, everything else is superfluous. I said that's an amazing thing, that everything is superfluous. And I also thought to myself at the same time, winner, winner, chicken dinner. And I said, if I could just get her love, then everything would be great. And there was actually a song by, you remember this part, don't you, Phil? There was a song by Jason Robert Brown called Winner, Winner, Chicken Dinner from the musical of the same name. And you might remember it, you might not. If you remember it and you want to sing along, just don't, because I'm not sure I remember all the words. So we're going to try to figure it out together here. It goes something like this. Phil, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Oh, yeah. It's lunchtime, it's high school, and I am so damn hungry. So I go sit at all the table with my friends. I look across and I can see this girl is sitting there, and she's sitting all the way at the end. So I walk up with my tray, I offer her my milk box. I say maybe we could get some snack after school. What do you think I bet? She said to me, winner, winner, chicken dinner, take me right away. Winner, winner, take me to KFC. Yeah. Winner, winner, chicken dinner, you can tear my heart away, and that's how you and I am meant to be. Yeah. It's 10 years later and I'm at this little barbecue, and there's that girl I remember when she came right up to me. I said, I think I remember you from way back, way back then. And she looked at me and said, are you the chef here? Could I get a thigh? And I said, you can have one, you can have both of mine. Oh my, oh my. I said, winner, winner, chicken dinner. That is what I said. I said, winner, winner, chicken, that's my thing. I said, winner, winner, chicken dinner, we can be together now. I'll give you a thigh and maybe get a wing. And now my head is spinning, I'm having dinner with her, and we are going past the Burger Kings and McDonald's, and I can see the Colonel laughing. I see his face right there, and then I said, girl, oh, winner, winner, chicken dinner, will you be my bride now? Winner, winner, chicken, that's for me. I said, winner, winner, chicken dinner, baby, I will marry you, and you and I will share a bucket of winner, winner, chicken dinner, fried chicken every day. You and me and chickens, that's the thing. I don't care if it is spicy or it's plain or it is skinless. I don't care as long as you share this chicken with me. Thank you very much. Yeah, Jason Robert Brown, he's quite the performer. Well, I do remember the holidays. I always did remember going to the mall in Pittsburgh. The what's the name of the mall in Pittsburgh? You know the one.
Ross Park.
Ross, exactly. That's the one I'm talking about. That's the mall. I forgot the name, but I'm glad you remembered it because Santa was always there. They always had a big Santa thing, and there was elves and there was reindeer, and I remember I loved going to that. How many people love going to see Santa at the mall? It was always great. Just sitting on Santa's lap, and he said, "What do he'd say, "What do you into wine?" And I'd say, I would, I'd like a bunch of stuff, and I'd tell him I would tell him what I wanted. Every year I would get more and more extravagant. And this one year there was a different Santa, and he had a whiskey on his breath, and he said, "Hey kid, you want to know something? I'll give you something. I'm going to give you a little piece of advice." And he actually did. He gave me this piece of advice. Santa's piece of advice to me was peace be with you. And I said, that's really nice of you, Santa. It's a little wussy for the season, though. What else you got for me? Very meaningful, but he said, "Yeah, peace be with you's all right." But he said, "Love thyself." And I said, "You're really preachy now, my friend. Really? Give me something I can use." And he said, "Big hair don't care." And I said, "Now that I can get behind." It's true. But I felt that too, Love thy neighbor, peace be with you. I totally get that, but I remember taking that piece of advice to heart. There's actually a song about that, about big hair don't care. It goes a little like something like this. A one, a two, give me a little bass line here, would you? That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I can hand mine.
I went out to see the ladies. The ones down at the church. They go there every week to play bingo. Oh yeah, and I'm always left standing in the lurch. And I said, "Hey, can I get some of those chiclets? Maybe you can give me a card. I like to play this game and I am with it. Oh yeah." They said, no son, I won't play very hard. I'll tell you straight and I'll tell you, big hair don't care about your mama. Big hair don't care about your paw. Big hair don't care about your brother. Oh no, big hair don't care, and I'm laying down the law. And so I joined the circus. Maybe I could be a clown. I got there and I got really nervous, yeah. But the master said to me, "Don't feel so down." Look out in the audience, man. He said, "Big hair don't care that you're nervous. A big hair don't care that you're afraid. A big hair don't care, just do the service. Oh yeah, you can do it, look at the laughter that you made." Let's break it down. Ba-da-ba-da. Yeah. I went downtown to the barber shop. I said, "Hey there, man, I'd like the cream of the crop." He said, "What do you want?" I said, "Make it short." He said, "I can't do that, don't mean to abort, but you gotta think fast. You gotta know that wherever you after, wherever you go, you gotta have some knowing. You gotta care because people like things with big hair." He said, "Big hair don't care about your mama." That's what the barber told me. He said, "Big hair don't care about your pop." That's what he said. He said, "Big hair don't care about your brother." Oh no, if you let it grow, you must not ever stop. Get the big hair, that will be the cream of the crop. thank you, Santa, for that great advice and all the other bullshit you sell me as well, I have to say. But thank you so much for that. Peace be with you. Well, what was great about those times in the mall, especially that time, because, you know, he got a little handsy, that Santa Claus, and I couldn't get him off me, so these two, this elf and this reindeer came and, like, tackled him and, like, pulled me off, and we became great friends, and here they are tonight. I don't even know which one was which, but I'm sure you can figure it out if you think about it. They might have switched jobs every once in a while, but I'm so glad you guys were there for me, and we've been a band ever since. And we've been playing for what? We've been playing for like 6 months now, and but it's been great. And but I have to say, wherever we go, we always try to spend the holidays together, and we're lucky enough that we've been able to do that. And this year as well, we'll be hanging the. We'll be hanging the stockings by the tree, by the fireplace, and things like that together. And I gotta say, one thing that's great about these guys is that they all know the same thing. Is we all love the same places. So of course, every holiday, one of our favorite places. Let's reach this way. And one of our favorite places to go is Ukraine. And all of it, the entirety of Ukraine. We tour around. We like to see the Russian side and the pro-Western side. There's so much of the Ukraine to see. And there's a little song about that. And actually, there's a hidden verse. You might know the song Ukraine, but you don't know this because the last time we were in Ukraine, Phil found this verse under an old Soviet tank that you were excavating, and he cleaned it off and ironed it, and we're gonna do it for you tonight. It goes a little something like this. I've been to Romania, and I've been to Belarus. I've been to the steppes along the plain. But there's only one place that is best in all the land. If you give me just a moment, I'll explain. It's Ukraine, stuck there in the middle of Europe, with Asia on the side. Sometimes people say the Ukraine instead. If you say that to a Ukrainian, they'll let it slide. You can start up north and work your way down rivers until you make it to the Black Sea. Or maybe you could stop there at Odessa, but don't stop in the Crimea, Ukraine, 'cause that's now a part of Russia. Please don't make that one mistake. And if you're looking for me, you can Uzbek, that's where I'm gonna be. In the Ukraine, down by the Black Sea. Next week, which I'm really excited about. The weather's better than here, exactly. And there are less Santas, which is so great too. The one thing I'm really excited about with the snow and SantaCon together is we'll have a lovely layer of white covering the puke, which is so much nicer, you know what I mean, this year. But I'm really happy that we got to head to those places, which is really fun. So. Oh, wait a second. Someone's at the door. Who is that? Someone's a guest to our party, everybody. Who can it be? Is it? Oh, it's Tarek Davis, everybody. Tarek is here. Oh, Tarek. That's for you. Take off your coat. How are you?
I'm great. I'm freezing. A little cold.
What are you doing here, man?
I was just in the neighborhood.
Well, I'm so glad you were because I put your name on the flyer and everything. Works out so well.
You know all these people here? This is
Yeah.
fantastic.
You know, Tarek, not many people know this, but we actually, we grew up in Pittsburgh together.
We did.
And we sang in choirs. We met in choir in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And, you know, we raised a little hell.
We raised a little hell. We were some troublemakers in that choir.
We had a great time in choir though, but we did like to sing together.
We did.
Yeah. And I think we learned over the years that the holidays are not something to be made fun of.
No.
There's a reverence that we hold dear.
A seriousness that we had to learn the hard way.
The hard way. Thank you, Father Pedro. I don't know what you're implying. He just was a very good teacher. But you know, I don't know if you remember my favorite Reverend song of that time.
Oh man,
It's on the tip of your tongue. Yeah, I know. I'm sure it is.
What's it called?
And it's called "Take It Easy," is what it's called.
That's right. That was your favorite song.
My
man.
favorite song was "Take It Easy," and it was a real holiday, meaningful, almost a canon, as it were. You know?
Yeah.
Do you want to sing it with me?
Man, take it easy. Yeah.
Phil, do you
I
have
haven't
this
sung it
in
in a
your
while.
repertoire? You know, it's one of the old.
The words.
Take It Easy. Yeah. Well, let's why don't we sit for this? Yeah, this is that time of year always brings this back.
Yeah.
See if I remember this. Once a year, there comes a time, and the sounds always please me, and I kick off my shoes and all my clothes and lie back and take it easy.
I had to learn the hard way. Stop being an ass and sleazy. Father Pedro with a smack and a look. Hey boy, take it easy.
If you don't, then life will be as hard as it can be.
Don't forget these words. Always remember, take it easy. And you know, those words, they got me right here in the breezy.
And I always feel in my heart,
Yeah.
Pedro said, you could take it hard,
Yeah.
or you could take it easy.
Easy. Take it easy. And he would look at you in the eye. And I would say, what did you just say? And he's like, you know what I said. You know what I said. Yeah. I love that guy. Good times.
I remember he added a canonical section.
Yeah. And no one asked him to, but he
No,
did.
he just did it. He forced us to learn it. I still remember it. I've been beaten into me.
Oh man, he wailed on you.
Do you remember the bass part? Because I think I remember the tenor.
Oh yeah, no, I think I remember it. Yeah, he almost drowned me and I had to learn it.
That's right. Yeah, I think I lost all the skin on my left knuckles. But I learned it.
You did.
Let's sing it, shall we?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
Take it easy.
So good, so good. it hard or take it easy. Take it hard or take it easy. Take it hard or take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. Don't take it hard. Take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. I will smack you in the Tara Davis, everybody! Tara Davis! I came in there early. I think Santa left you a gift. Would you open that up? I think Santa left us some gifts for some people here tonight. So I think
This is coming here. You never know what's gonna happen.
I just found a gift with your name on it. It's a book. What's it?
Oh, poems that make grown men cry.
Right, and I thought of you. Santa must have been thinking of you, man. Well, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Yeah, buddy.
Tara Davis, everybody, Tara Davis. Hey, don't go back out in the cold. Stay there, have a seat and stick around. Why not? Oh, fantastic. That's such a lovely thing. Now, we do a lot of slow songs, of course, but we also swing a couple of things. Do you want to swing something now? Sure. Let's swing something. Sean, would you give me a little haka kataka haka kataka haka kataka down down down. Here's a little song, one of my favorites that we like to play wherever we go. It's called No Pain, No Gain. Okay, yes it is. It's called like this. There's only one thing to remember. It's simple, how can I explain? If you think you can breeze through this life without, and let me tell you, no pain and no gain. Sometimes in the world there is sunshine, and sometimes there's snow or there's rain. But just slosh your way through, do the best you can do, 'cause they say no pain, no gain. And let it come easy. You can pout all you want and play hard, but this one thing lesson I'll tell you, my friend, don't disregard. Don't disregard. If you are as smart as you look now, just hear me with this one refrain. Don't sit back and relax. Go ahead, pay that tax, because there's no pain, no gain. I'm gonna open a present. Who wants me to open a present? Okay, so we go. Well, this is the perfect present for this moment. Here we go. First grade. You can do everything much, much harder. You can sit back in your butt and relax. But I'm telling you folks that you have got to remember this one thing, no tax. That is when I say this, I will tell you. I hope you sing along with the refrain. You can sit on your butt, let me tell you, you must go forward, no pain, no gain. Let's bring it down, shall we? Here we go. No pain, no gain, no pain, no gain, no pain, no gain, no pain, no gain. There's no pain, there's no gain. Come on now, no pain, no gain, no pain, no gain, no pain, no gain, no pain, no gain. There's no pain and no gain. Take it down now, no pain, no gain, no pain, no gain, no pain, no gain, no pain, no gain. Give me no pain and no gain. There is no pain, no gain, no pain, no gain, no pain, no gain. no gain. I'll have some pain. Give me some pain. Ow, that hurts. Give me some pain. I want the pain. You got the pain. Give me the pain, cause there's no pain, no gain. Bring it down now, no pain, no gain. No pain, no gain. No pain, no gain. No pain, no gain. There's no pain and no gain. One more time and no pain, no gain. I got the pain. Who loves the pain? I want the pain. There's no pain, no gain. There's no gain. I got pain, but no gain. Ow! Let me just give you a little introduction. This is Sean Dixon on the drums back behind me here. And this is Phil Orr on the piano. Oh, my goodness me. You know, they say don't lean on the door. You know, you got to push it down. And that's kind of what I did with my life, you know. Was that really that bad? Thank you. Well, I just know that this has been really fun for me. And we push forward all the time, but one snowy holiday, which you'll remember this, Phil, Sean, I got snowed in upstate. I was visiting some distant relatives who live upstate, not like Pittsburgh. I mean, that's where all the relatives are. But most of them some were upstate, and I got snowed in around Woodstock. And, well, I'm not going to lie, I met a girl, and she was a folk singer, and she convinced me to stick around. So I left the band for a little while. I'm sorry about that, Phil. I'm sorry. But I know you were really upset about that. It seems you've kept that into control. And Sean remembers very well. But I did try to incorporate some of that stuff. And if you'll indulge me, you guys, for a second, I'm gonna do my favorite song from my folk album. You may not remember it. It's called "It's Martin Short," and let me just get my guitar. Is that okay with you guys? I was gonna play a little guitar thing here. Thank you, Sean. There's a little song that I wrote upstate after a quick brush with greatness. When I met Martin Short. And let me just do this for a second. And how many people here have met Martin Short? You have? Yeah, it's a good guy, right? Good guy. You'd think. And it's a story song. It's not in the first person, so it goes a little something like this. You hear that okay? It's Martin Short. A song about a boy. It's a boy who had big dreams. Big dreams. It's about the girl he loved. How they went out to Hollywood together. It's a song about how they met someone there. Somebody they know. And how that person came between them. Took one of them far away. A song about how the other one went to get that person. How this celebrity absconded with somebody, went down to San Diego. It's about how the boy went to find the girl in San Diego. The trip he took to find one true love. A song about how he couldn't find it. A song about how sometimes true love gets away and you have to search for it even harder than you think. You don't just have to search for it over hill and through dale. You have to search inside, in your heart. It's a song about searching for love. Song about how the boy had a hard time searching his heart. Didn't really find anything there either. Had to go on a deeper quest. And how that boy took mescaline and tripped through the desert, looking in his heart and his soul, and through the cacti for the love of his life. A song about change. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, I'm not going to do this song. This is a terrible, terrible song. It was a bad time. Go back. It's a waste to go back. Forget that whole thing. I don't want to do that anyway. But I do remember this about that whole circumstance was, I did think that I had found true love, and of course I didn't. I don't know if I've ever really been in love. Has anybody ever really been in love? Has anybody in true love? You know what true love is? You know what true love? Yes. You know true. Do you know your true love? Yeah. Are you? Is this your? Oh, wow. Well, what's your name?
Julia.
Julia. Oh, hey, someone's here. Oh, it's Julia. Julia's here. Hey, Julia. Would you give me a quick favor, just talk to me for a second about true love? I just need to ask you questions. That's all it is. Would you mind coming up? Julia, everybody. Honestly, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I've been very confused about true love for quite some time, and I'm just going to ask you, who is your true love? Brian, you could talk right into the mic there. That would be helpful for them to know too. Brian is your true love?
Yes.
Great. And are you married, or how long have you been married? Guess. A couple of years. And is that right, Brian? Is a couple of years right? Okay, good. And where did you meet? I mean,
college.
You met in college. Were you in a class, or in a dorm, or where did you meet? Literally, where did you meet?
He asked me to a semi-formal at his fraternity.
He asked you a semi-formal at the fraternity. Couldn't go whole formal, huh? Okay, that's cool. It's all good, man. So, and how did you? Where did he meet you? Where did he ask you this?
You asked me out first, and I said no. Yeah.
Well, tell me the longer story. I got time.
No, we went to a semi-formal and we started dating.
No, but where did you meet? Literally, where did you meet? When did he ask you out? And you said no.
Outside the college door.
Outside of college? Really? Oh, wow. Like he just walked up to you.
Yeah.
He's a brazen guy, and he asked you out, and you said?
No.
Did you give a reason, or was it just?
I was dating someone else.
Oh, so how long was it before the semi-formal?
6 months. 6 months.
And did he find you and ask you out again?
Yeah.
Wow, he was persistent.
Yeah.
Did you like that about him, his persistence? Because I'm working on that. Yeah. I'm trying not to lean on doors, you know what I mean? I want to bust right through there. So you like that, and you went to semi-formal, and then you liked him.
This is true.
And did you go on another date with him?
Yeah.
Where did you go?
Coffee shop.
Wow.
Yeah.
Snazzy. And what did you like about him?
He was funny. He was handsome. Nice.
Well, you can't add in here. That's not fair. Funny, handsome, nice. Yeah. And how long? And then you got married. How many years later? I don't want to,
Yeah. 20-ish.
20-ish years later. And you gave it for 20 years. Gave it 20 whole years. Marriage was the formality. You just and what was? How did he propose?
Valentine's Day, yeah.
Wow, you have a terrible memory for these things. 22 years later, I can imagine it's not easy to remember everything. So Valentine's Day, and where was this? Where did he propose?
Our apartment.
Another really snazzy choice. And did he get down on a knee? Did he just? What did he ask
We
you?
were just hanging out on the couch, and he gave me a card. And the card had a card on it, and then there was this little ring attached to the card.
Oh, that's sweet. And what was the most romantic, besides the engagement on the couch? What was the most romantic time you shared with him? Do you remember? Did you go somewhere special? Have you been? Is there anything specific that jumps out at you?
Ever?
Ever. You have a couple of decades in there, so maybe there's something.
Help me out here.
No, that's enough. That's plenty. Thank you so much, Julia. Thank you. That was Julia, everybody. I think it only behooves me to get Brian up here. Now, Brian, would you come up my table? I mean, how can you not? I'm going to help you out here, Brian, because Julia asked, what's the most romantic thing you've ever done together? And I'm going to tell Julia now our little secret, which is we wrote a song for you before the show. And, right, you remember this, Brian? Great. So, glad you remember it. And we're going to sing it for you now, right?
Yeah.
Oh, great, we're going to do it. And I'll let you know when it's your part, and we'll just go from there. Do you remember this song? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's right, Julia. This one's for you. This one's from Brian. It's been a long time coming. Girl, you know you've been on my mind throughout this winter storm. I know the snow makes you feel cold. But I can't help thinking back to that time when you were standing outside your dorm. So long ago, and I know I've gotten so old. Oh, I wanna ask you out, girl. I remember thinking it's so. I'm gonna walk right up to you and say, girl, would you go out with me? Even though I know you're gonna say no. Oh, Julia. Oh, Julia. We can sway. Girl, you're mine eternally. Gotta tell you, girl, I know, Julia. I'm sorry I made this song up just to fool ya. Julia, I'm yours eternally. 'Cause you're the one for me. Girl. I want to take you a place. To a place where all the guys hang out. I'll tell you that. Would you mind getting dressed formally, semi, and coming with me to my frat? Girl, you know I gotta tell you something that you know it's gonna be true, yeah. I wanna spend some time with you, a year, a decade or two. Oh, Julia. Oh, Julia. Sing it, Brian. He loves you so eternally. Please don't say no. Oh, Julia. Eternally, because you're the one for me. Julia, well done. Oh, there you go. Oh my God, fantastic. Oh, I never thought that I would have a moment on the stage more romantic than their actual engagement. I don't know. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Now you have a memory for another 20 years. That's fantastic. Thank you, Julia. Thank you, Brian, for coming. Oh, you know, I think Santa left a present for you, too. He gave you, let's see, I think Santa left you a, let's see, it's a, it's a Betty Friedan votive candle. Okay. You know, equal pay for equal work. Good job, guys. Well done. Good job. All right. Well, Sean. No, hold on a second. I know that love is, two decades is a long time, but love is complicated. You know this. It's hard. It's not always easy. I know the same thing. And there's nobody who writes songs about the complications of love better than Mr. Stephen Sondheim. And he actually wrote a song about a complicated relationship called Get Off My Grass. And always thinking that guy. And it went, I'd like to sing it for you now if that's all right. He actually, no one knows it because he hated it so much he threw it out. And we found a copy in an old version of A Little Night Music, kind of stuffed in the back, like torn up and ripped. And we just took it out and salvaged it. And that was also in Ukraine. Yes, that was where we found the music. We find things in Ukraine, let me tell you. And it goes a little something like this. Clip, clip. I have a bonsai tree, and I go snip, snip, and it grows stronger and longer and older than me. I love that tree, and I love all my plants in the greenhouse, But I can't see outside the windows because they're all fogged up and moisture keeps ravaging them. And so when I use my hand and move it around in circles, and 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 I see you there. Get off my grass. You're standing on the Kentucky blue that I planted there. Have you no respect for me anymore? I work so hard to lay it bare and water it so tenderly, and you trod on it like you trod on me, and clamp it down and break 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 my heart as well. Snip, snip goes my heart, drip, drop goes my soul, blip, blop goes my love for you. Get off my grass. Please stay off my grass. Is it so hard to read the signs that say get off the grass? You've killed it. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my goodness, yes. Sean, can I get a little Ladies and gentlemen, I finally made my way out of Pittsburgh. Yes, it was sad, but I had to be done because you can only go so far in Pittsburgh. You can only lean on so many doors before you got to get out and push your way to Harrisburg. From Harrisburg to Lancaster. From Lancaster, maybe up to Wilkes-Barre. Then down to Philly. Back through Bucks County, through Jersey, to the big city of New York, where we are today. Where I knew I had to go to make my fortune. I knew I had to get out. I knew I had to lean on some of the hardest doors to lean on. And I finally got my chance. I finally got my chance to star in a Broadway musical. Off-Broadway musical. It was in Staten Island. Actually, it was on the ferry. It was on the ferry back and forth to step, but I knew I was making break, basically, because you never know who's watching when you're performing on the ferry. And the name of that show, I don't know if it's in anybody's memory. Probably haven't heard of it, but it's a show called Stay Positive. It included the songs New Orleans, Cabin, Gorgeous, No News is Good News, and Can't Believe I'm Here. I'm going to do a medley of these songs for you tonight. It goes a little something like this. Nolans! Next stop on this boat is Nolans! I can't believe I got here, the queen of the cities, down along the Mississippi River. Gonna gamble my way here, gonna eat myself some crawfish. Oh, come on, New Orleans, deliver. Deliver me from pain and deliver me from sorrow. Deliver me from financial ruin. Deliver me, and I will stay here. I will be the best one that you win. They say you win in New Orleans. This gambling boat looks nice. I'll just step aboard. Where's my cabin? I can't find my cabin on this boat. I need my cabin. Where's my cabin on this boat? A cabin. That's all I want is a cabin where I can lay my head and I can have a bed and go to sleep. If I can have my cabin on this boat, then everything will be better for me. Gorgeous. You talking to me? I said gorgeous. You can't be. I said you, sir, are gorgeous. How'd you like a little company? I said me? I can't have or no company. It won't cost you nothing. Just get me in your cabin for the night, and it'll be all right. But I only have one cabin key. That's okay. You can take it from me. We can come and go together just as soon as you please. That sounds really good. I'm dropping to my knees. I need some luck. I need some luck. Well, gorgeous, I can be your lucky charm on this here New Orleans boat. We can go gambling together. Watch 'em roll. Watch 'em roll. Watch 'em roll. The boat's moving. What are we doing? It's broken from the moorings. Get out, get out, get out. It's too late. Gorgeous, what are we gonna do? Wait, just wait for me. We'll float down the river. We're floating down the river. The tide is changing and we're floating up the river. We're floating down the river. We're floating down the river and we stopped. What's going on now? Nothing? No news is good news, they say. No news. What could be better than no news? It's always good news when there's no news. No news, and we're moving together! Hola, senor. Where are we? Cuba. Cuba? Where did we get here? Oh, the storm took you to Cuba, man. Here you are in Cuba, man. I can't believe I'm here. I can't believe I'm here in Cuba. I can't believe I'm walking the streets of Havana in Cuba with you. You and me, girl, gorgeous, we're here together. But we'll never go home. No, we'll never go home. We gotta fight our way. We gotta fight our way back to New Orleans. Ha, 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 ha. Boom, 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 ba, ba. Let me on the boat. Let me on the boat. Let me on the boat. Swim, 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 swim. Swim, 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 swim. Gorgeous, I'm drowning. No, don't leave me. No, don't leave me. Gorgeous, I can't live another day. Another day. Stay positive. stay positive. I'm positive we'll get to America. And we'll make our way back to New Orleans. Make our way back to New Orleans. Make our way back to New Orleans. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Swim, 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 swim. I made it. Thank you. Thank you very much. The show closed before we made it to, actually all the way to Staten Island. We got a little excited about the whole water scene, and my co-actress jumped overboard, and we had a whole rescue operation, and then the Port of Authority closed us down. Which was difficult, but, I made it to the port of, Richmond over there in Staten Island, and took the ferry back, and my dreams, thank you. Yeah, I know it's tough. My dreams were shattered. And I thought maybe I should go back to Pittsburgh, maybe it's a place for me. I started walking up from Lower Broadway up to Broadway, and it started to rain, and it started to snow, and there were all these Santas everywhere, pissing me off. And this one Santa struck me. He was a throwback Santa, and I looked at him and he looked at me, and we caught eyes, and I remember we both said to each other at that moment, we said, "Go fuck yourself." And we bumped each other, and we wouldn't let each other by. We just kept saying, "Go fuck yourself, go fuck yourself." And then we just stopped and we stared at each other. Give me a little music here. Reminded me of this song. Sometimes when you're down and you're stuck inside your box, you can't get out no matter what you do. And it seems the world has locked up all of your locks, and you can't unpick them, and you know that it's true. So you go falling over yourself, searching for your soul, looking for that part of you that you cannot get back. And there's something inside you that feels like you're not whole, like there's a big part of you lack. So you fall over and you pick yourself up again, and then you try that one too many times. You think back to, you can't remember when, and all the things you threw out as rhymes. Go fuck yourself. That's what you say looking at your own face. Go fuck yourself. Like the last piece of shit in the human race. Go fuck yourself. Today. It doesn't fucking matter anyway. So this guy and I are just staring at each other, deeply into each other's common souls. And I look in for the side, and he's got my eyes under that Santa hat. He's got my hairline. And we slowly turn to walk away from each other. Just at the last moment, I catch a glimpse of something in the back of his head. It's a rat tail. And I flash back to my grandmother giving me the rat tail because I asked for it. Because she was so full of love that even though she hated doing that, she gave me my rat tail. And then she told me to get the fuck out of her kitchen. And if she could do that for me, I could do that for me too. So I decided I would turn to that guy, knowing I was talking to me, and say to him, you think your life sucks? You're puking in the gutter now. But there's one thing you can do for yourself, mister. And I'll tell you what that is. And that's... go fuck yourself. Get out of your own way and keep moving on. Go fuck yourself. Because sooner or later, you'll get done with Santa Con. Go fuck yourself. You can do it. You can do it. It's not nearly as hard as it seems. Go fuck yourself. It's never too late to say, go fuck you, follow up on your dreams. Go fuck yourself. Oh, today. There doesn't have to be any other. That's my story. Good night, everybody. I'm Seymour Sunset. Good night, everybody. Good night. Go fuck yourselves. Thank you all for coming. Seymour. John Dixon. Good night. I just have to say thank you all. Thank you very much, Phil. Thank you very much, Sean. Thank you very much, Thomas, up in the booth there. And, you know, I can't help notice there's a couple of gifts left in the tree here. And I just, I want to throw these out here because these people have been so helpful for me. Of course, it's the last show of the year. We've had a great year. We've got some great stuff lined up for next year. And so I have a couple. This one is actually for you, Phil, because I know we're playing the station in Antarctica next month, and I got you some gloves with fingers so you can play the piano while you're doing that. That's one, and then let me see your hat there for a second. Yeah, I think I got the right size. Here, open that one up there, mister. The man likes a hat. You got to give the drummer a hat. So tear it open there and pull out your hat. Oh, no, that's a hat. There you go. And I just have to thank one more person. Thomas, are you up there?
I am.
Yeah, can you come down here for a minute? This is Thomas Honig, everybody, who runs this amazing space and has given us such a supportive guy, so supportive. And I honestly want to say thank you very much for having us here so regularly. And Thomas Honig, he's a master of this thing. And oh my gosh, it's what do you know, a scarf. Hey, what do you know? And he doesn't know this, but he also got gifted a tree, plant or something like that, fake as it is. And you guys are my gift under the tree. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. I know that it's also, we've talked about Christmas and Santa Con. Is there a Hanukkah? I don't know if there is. There shouldn't be. There definitely should not be. There is, I just want to say, if you enjoy the show, if you're not on a mailing list, please go to offthetop.nyc. If you haven't filled out the back of the card and get on the mailing list, we've got some exciting stuff. We're traveling next year. We're going to England, Australia, and to LA and DC, and we'll be back here on a regular basis as well. So, with that in mind, I want to leave you with a little Hanukkah song, and there's a lot of songs we didn't get to today as well, but I just want to say that this Hanukkah song was translated from the original Hebrew very badly, and I'm going to try to sing it for you now. Yes, I am. I'm going to try to sing this for you now. And you might not be able to follow along. The guy who translated it did not speak any English, so it's a little convoluted. We're going to see how that goes. But it does start, of course, like all Hanukkah songs start. Here it goes. 3,000 years ago, there were the people. Some people called them Hebrews, some called them Jews. And they lit a little candle, and it lasted for 8 nights. I don't know if you have heard that news. They sang, Jackson Hole, Wyoming, you look great in that in Portuguese. Say it, don't spray it, super fragilistic, that's what it says. Budweiser Factoria, do one push-up, passion thrust, be prepared. Salt Lake City, sticky, a mole. Hershey Park, my pillow moist, be kind to others, saddle up. Hippopotamus, you're out, where did you get that? Greenwich, Connecticut, live life to the fullest, bottoms up. Who are these lens playing? Redland Middle School, patron of the arts, Michael! Pewdie Pew, pretty for battle, Trump's hair, Fells Point, no one puts baby in a corner, right? Carry on, we're running 20 minutes late. Okanoka, a source delightful. That's alcoholic. Never say never. Hollywood, a hat Manhattan with a baby, filling a king-size bed. A penny safe. Knowledge is power. Showers are not optional. Chesapeake, they do each his own. I hate my dress. I hate my dress. Impeach now and later. Quote batteries. Have you ever just come mark luminescent? Good God, girl, get a grip. Oh, honey, sorry about the dentist visit. I guess there'll be no smooching tonight. Under a table, stealing bed grip. I really I can't read this. You don't sound like you like my idea. Wisconsin and slimy, you're in town. Gen Z, Hirsch. Anyway, the wind blows one more time. Can you get Jace? Monday night, the gates are down. Hello, Hawaii, LA, and fragrant Nova Scotia. Gentle, a dish for the gods. One single Higgs boson particle.